And we are live. What's up, guys? It's Devin from Neptune Design here. And today we are going to talk about a topic that's near and dear to my heart. I'm going to tell you every single thing that you need to know about running ads without an agency. And I'm kind of sentimental about this one, guys, because it's kind of my last live stream with you guys. It's my last ever solo live stream with you guys, possibly for the year. And I must just say that 2024 has been a lot of fun. I've done so many things, and I'm gonna try not to get into my year-end review now. I'm gonna save that for the end of the live stream. But I'd like to thank each and every single one of you for sticking with me and listening to me talk, listening to me rant, being part of the landing page roast. Man, I had so much fun with my YouTube channel this year. I had so much fun in general this year in business. And yeah, so we're going to get into all of that, but we'll talk about that towards the end of the live stream. First things first, a couple of announcements to make. Our Black Friday sale is still on. There's still a couple of hours left. I think there's like just a few hours left. So what I want to do is I just want to talk you through today's deal. And then after that, we'll get into just the basics that you need to understand about running your business and running your ads without an agency. So without any further ado, as you can see over here, our deal of the day is drum roll, please. It is day 5. It is our last day, and it is the complete Google Ads domination system. So if you are a business owner and you're sick and tired of agencies wasting your time, wasting your money, not giving you results, but also not admitting that they are not giving you results, then this would be the perfect deal for you to get. You're going to get one-on-one coaching from me. You're going to get 2 hours of private one-on-one coaching. I'm going to give you access to my Google Ads community to ask me anything for the next year. That's 365 days of access. And you're basically going to get not only my course, but you're going to get every single piece of new training that I launch in 2025. So it it should be something that you can say, wow, I can buy this one thing and then I never have to worry about, needing an agency. This is exactly what I put for you together. I've taken all of my best training, I've combined it into one so that you can dominate Google Ads in 2025. So it's only available for the next few hours. So make sure you get it at the link in the description below. All right, so I think what I want to do is I want to first just talk about, I think I'm going to talk for a little bit about what is so difficult about working with an agency. And then after that, I'm going to take questions. So I guess I better get the question ticker up. So if you have any questions, Google Ads related or just business related or just agency related, you can ask them here. But I basically want to talk about agencies, what they get right and what they do wrong. Now, a lot of my friends actually run agencies. I'm going to start off there. So I know some beautiful agency owners. I've even got agency owners inside my community. So I am not against agency owners per se. I do believe there are some good ones out there, and I've met quite a few of them, but I also know the other side of the story. And I've had so many business owners come to me and say, Devin, I'm not happy with my agency right now. In fact, I wouldn't have coached 100 entrepreneurs on Google Ads if they weren't dissatisfied with their agencies in the first place. And the main things that I hear, or the main complaints that I hear from business owners when it comes to agencies is number one, the fees. A lot of business owners say they charge you a lot of money, but they can't see why they're spending the money at the end of the day. You get a $10,000 bill or $20,000 bill, but you're not quite sure if your business is moving forward. And most agencies, they lock you in for about 3 to 6 months, sometimes a year. So it's very difficult once you've committed to an agency to get that money back or to get your time back. A lot of business owners also complain about lack of transparency. A lot of people say they work with agencies, but they can't figure out what the agency is actually doing. When they ask for the reports are quite vague as to where your money went. And generally, just getting somebody who speaks the same language as the business owner and can explain exactly what's happening in the account, it's very difficult to do. And I'll tell you why that is. When people start agencies, right? When ad agencies form, the guy who runs the ad agency has a problem. And the problem is usually this: he has to look after all of these accounts. And typically, this is the guy who owns the agency who sort of knows what he's doing. We're also going to talk a little bit about these SMMA guys that usually do not know what they're doing. But let's say the agency owner knows what he's doing. He's only got 40 hours per week. So we can either spend that 40 hours per week on client acquisition, or he can spend that 40 hours per week on scaling his business, or he can spend that 40 hours per week on figuring out systems for his staff, or he can spend that 40 hours per week running ads. Now, any business owner that's worth his salt is going to tell you, look, if you want to have a business, you need to focus on your sales, your acquisition, and your scaling. You cannot handle everything in the business. I know a lot of business owners feel like they can do it. I've never met a business owner that can do everything in their business. A lot of them claim to do it, but when you actually spend a day with them, you start realizing that, oh man, this guy is basically out of control half the day and he's just putting out fires. So if you're an agency owner, the best thing that you can do is you're going to bring on help to run the ad accounts for you. And this is where the problems start. When you hire somebody to run these ad accounts, you can either hire somebody for the highest price, which means you're going to get a lot of expertise, somebody who knows what they're doing, and somebody who's going to look after your account, or the opposite end of the scale. And what usually happens is you hire somebody who is the cheapest. So therefore, if a client is paying you $3,000 per month and you only have to pay the freelancer who's running the ads $300 per month, now you get to keep $2,700, right? So the profit incentive to hire low-cost labor is extremely tempting for most business owners, most agency owners. And then the problem is now that I'm an agency owner and now that I have these low-cost freelancers working for me, now I kind of need an intermediary. And now I kind of need a client-facing person. And this is usually your account manager or the person who liaises with you about what's happening in your account. So the problem is this: we've got, usually most agencies, we've got the cheapest freelancer running your ads, we've got your customer liaison talking to you, and now you can't really figure out what's happening in your ad account because you're not speaking to the person who's running your ads. And it gets even worse than that. Some agencies, I don't know if you watched our podcast episode, be sure to check it out. There's one I did with Pamela Wagner where we talked about how hiring the wrong agency will cost you money. Some big agencies are outsourcing your ads up to 5 times over. So you hired an agency and they're going to go hire an agency who then hires a smaller agency and so on and so forth. And then you have literally no idea who's running the ad account. And this is why there's so much vagueness. Now, if as an agency owner, your systems are tight and you understand what you're doing and you have systems to look after the client and detect bad people who are running the ad accounts, you'll be perfectly fine. But what happens in most of these scenarios is the business owner's money is usually being spent by somebody who barely knows Google Ads, who's barely good at Google Ads. And one analogy I always like to make is not only does somebody who's running your ads need to understand the Google Ads platform, but they also have to be very good at communicating. If you're selling a high quality watch product or a high quality automobile product or just a high ticket program, you have to kind of get what it's about, and you have to get how to sell that to a prospective buyer. And most people that run ads, especially these outsourced stuff, most of them can barely speak English. So it's a problem. Do you want somebody who's barely able to speak English to be writing your ad copy, running your ad account, and are you going to hope and pray that they spend your $10,000 wisely? In most cases, that is a horrible idea. So, if you want to run your ads and if you want to do it properly, there's a couple of things that you have to do. Number one, I've made a whole video about breaking up with your ad agency. So basically, the first thing you want to do is you want to break up properly. You want to make sure that you have access to your account. You want to make sure that you've got all the admin privileges. And you also want to make sure that whatever ad campaigns are present, that you actually understand what is happening in those ad campaigns. Now, what a lot of business owners do is they just fire their ad agency. And then what the agencies do is they just hold back control. They hold control of your account. They hold control of the payment methods. And then they say, you're not going to use anybody else because we've got full control of your account. And usually what the business owners have to do, and I've worked with quite a few of them, is they have to start everything from scratch. They don't get to keep their account data. They don't get to keep the records of the campaigns that they've been running. And it kind of creates a very awful environment for you to start an ad account with. So what I recommend is that if you are using an agency and you are not happy with them, you need to start the process of making sure that you have access to everything. By everything, what do I mean? You need access to your own website, your WordPress or whatever platform you're on. You need access. In other words, you need an admin login, and you need to be the admin / owner of that website. You need to have the highest level of permissions. You also need to make sure that you have access to your Google Tag Manager account, your Google Analytics account, your Google Ads account, and in some cases, your Google My Business accounts. Because usually what happens is these agencies, they'll set everything up for you, and then you'll have everything set up, but you don't have the links and you don't have the logins and the permissions. This always happens. So you have to make sure that you have all of those things. So your next question might be, Devin, now once I have all of those things, what should I do? Should I make sure that I break away from them immediately? What I would advise is generally give it like a month or two and make sure that you're learning the basics of Google Ads in the meantime. Now, I've got a lot of courses. They're linked down in the description below, and there's a lot of free content on the internet. But at the end of the day, you hired an agency to look after your ads because you believe that they had a level of knowledge that was superior to yours. What you need to do at this moment in time, is you need to make sure that you start leveling up your Google Ads knowledge so you actually know what to do. So some of the basic mistakes are entrepreneurs running the wrong type of ads, entrepreneurs trusting that the conversion tracking is sorted out on their accounts. And also another big mistake is just entrepreneurs not generally understanding how marketing works. Like, you're not going to get a lead after 3 clicks. That's not how marketing works, and that's not how your ads work. And there is such a thing as just the unrealistic expectation of your advertising as well. We need to talk about that, where the agency is perfectly fine and the problem is you. When you're expecting amazing results, but you've never ever had amazing results. So you also need to be realistic. If you're getting 3 leads a month and you hired an ad agency and they're telling you you can get 3,000 leads per month, chances are they're probably lying to you. Chances are you want to go from 3 to 6, 6 to 12, 12 to 24. That's how your business is going to grow. You're not just going to jump from 3 leads a month to 3,000 leads a month. But I hear these promises. I know that agencies tend to make these promises. And I mean, agencies are in a tough spot because some agencies don't know what to tell you. So they just tell you yes. They just keep on saying, yes, it's possible. Yes, we can do it. Yes, 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 yes. And then as soon as you sign a contract, it's like you're dealing with a completely different agency. They don't know what's going on. They're not communicating with you. They're sending you the reports. The reports are just gibberish to you because all you want to know is my advertising working or not? So you need good knowledge of Google Ads. Even to just read the report that they send you, you kind of need to know what's going on. So once all of that is done, right? Once all of that is done, and once you have control, you then need to start the process of actually learning Google Ads and a very fast cheat code. And if you watch my live stream yesterday, you'll know where this is going. But a very fast cheat code for you to just learn and just understand Google Ads is simply just to go and get a coach. Coaching is on the pricier side, but as a business owner, most of the time you just don't have the money to you don't have the time to spend to actually figure this out, and you just want somebody to go to so that you can ask simple questions. How do I get this to work? Am I on the right bidding strategy? Is my landing page right? Do you think my conversion tracking needs work? These are all things that an experienced professional can probably guide you through much quicker. And once you have that knowledge, the best thing is it's yours forever. Nobody can take that away from you. So it's a good idea to actually just get coaching. If you look at that package that I recommended to you earlier, we've got 2 hours of private coaching built in there, because I know once you start running ads and once you start doing it yourself, it's this feeling of, oh my gosh, I'm flying the plane and there's no instructor sitting next to me on the seat. Anything could happen. So I don't want you to feel that way. I want you to feel like, man, I have got somebody that I can ask. I have got a place where I can go for answers. And that's where coaching and my private community come in. And yeah, I think it's important to have that framework in place. Now, you can also learn Google Ads by yourself. When I started off in 2017, I was a business owner. I had a web design business and I had literally nobody to ask. There weren't much YouTube videos, and I had to go and figure this stuff out by myself. I would not recommend that path because it is painstaking, it is hard, and it's going to cost you so much time, energy, and effort, because you're going to have to find free content on the internet and separate the good content from the bad content when you don't know what good or bad is. When you don't know what realistic or unrealistic is, makes it very hard. But it is a way. It is a way to learn. So my piece of advice for you would be find somebody who's done this before. Get mentorship. It's the fastest way. The fastest way for you to figure out what to do in Google Ads without your agency is just to get mentorship. If you get mentorship, you will level up your Google Ads skills so fast. I've had so many business owners that have sat with me for only an hour or two or three or four. And after that, they understood how the whole Google Ads platform works. I didn't need to handhold them anymore. They didn't even need to go through any of the other material I was sending them. Just by spending 4 hours with me and me explaining to them, this is what broad match does. This is what phrase match does. This is what your bidding strategies do. This is what top of page impression share is. Once you understand all of those metrics and once you understand the Google Ads dashboard, it's relatively easy to understand what's going on in your ad account. Another big thing that a lot of business owners miss is the fact that you actually have to go in and manage the ads. And I think this is the most difficult part. Not only are you there and you're responsible for how much gets spent, but you actually need to make sure that the account is not overspending. Now, you can do this on a weekly basis, you can do this on a monthly basis. And this is where agency is going to be a far better option, because an agency can look at your ads every single day. Most of the time, as a business owner, you're busy putting out fires and you don't have every single day to look at your ads. But if you could commit 15 minutes a day, 20 minutes per day to looking at your ads, that is more than enough to fix any mess or any big problem in your Google Ads account. And the key is when you're running a Google Ads campaign, is you want to have guardrails in place. You want to make sure that everything is dialed in, locked in, and that Google has no way to overspend your money in the account. And this is a common problem. So you can't just leave Google Ads, you have to attend to it. But generally speaking, if you understand what to do and if you understand how to control your costs per click, you should be in a good place. So that's basically it. That's basically how you can run Google Ads without an agency, right? Now, I would love to go into the nitty gritties. I'm going to open up because I can't see the viewers on Facebook and LinkedIn. What I want to do is I want to open up the floor for questions and ask, are there any questions regarding what I just shared with you guys? Ask them in the comment section below. Um, I can't post comments back, but what I'll do is I will answer them on this live stream. And while I wait for those questions to roll in, I just want to say thank you, right? This is like my last solo live stream with you guys, and I absolutely enjoyed this year. I promised myself I would have 54 YouTube video. How many weeks are there in a year? Hold on. How many weeks in a year? I promised myself that I would have 52. I promised myself that I would have 52 YouTube videos uploaded in 2024, and I surpassed that. I surpassed that by a lot. On our main channel, we uploaded about 60, 61 YouTube videos. On my second channel, for those of you who don't know, Profitable PPC Reviews, where basically my Google Ads students tell us what they think of the course. Over there, I think we uploaded seven or eight new videos. And I've got another YouTube channel where I just upload clips. And over there, we've got like a lot, but I don't even count that channel. That's just like my experimental channel where I just put my throwaway clips and where I just try things out. So I want to congratulate myself. I want to give myself a pat on the back because, man, I've been grinding. I've been working hard. I've been putting out video content. I've been improving my thumbnail game. I've been trying to come across as more relatable on camera. I've been working extremely hard also to just level up our content in terms of sound quality, the video editing quality. I've been putting so much work in just sharpening my skills in that department, and also just coming up with the concepts of just putting out a better video, but making the concepts interesting as well. So in that department, I think we've grown. Although my views are down, I think we had 83,000 views last year, and I'm only on about 71,000 views this year. My revenue generated is actually more or less the same. And funnily enough, my average view duration of my videos has increased by like 30%. So I can tell that it's working, right? I can tell that it's working. And I want to thank each and every single one of you. I want to thank each and every single subscriber. I want to thank each and every single one of you for watching this content, for being here, for helping me out. Thank you so much to the people who signed up for my courses, who signed up for my community. I couldn't have done any of this without you guys. So I really, really appreciate you. Where I felt we didn't do enough was I feel like we haven't done enough personal content. I think a lot of people know me as the Google Ads guy, but they don't know me as who is this guy and what is his backstory. I don't think we've touched on any of that properly. So I'm going to work on trying to get those types of videos out. I'm also going to work on I've got so many ideas, but the problem is when you are creating content, you want to be very strict with how the type of content you create, because a lot of people don't know this. But let's say, for example, I want to do a video about a day in the life of a digital marketer. The problem with that video is, although it's a nice, beautiful title, it's going to attract digital marketers to my channel. And anybody who's watched my channel knows that is not my main audience. My main audience is solopreneurs who've been burned by agencies who want to run their own ads. So yes, in the short term, I'll win. I might get 30,000 views off of that video. But in the long term, I'll lose because I don't have products really for freelancers and digital marketers. In fact, we launched one yesterday, but I don't really have products for them. So what happens is the views go up, but the revenue is going to go down. And that is the gentle balance that I'm playing. Every single year on YouTube, I've made a lot more money than the YouTubers around me. And that's because of how my business is set up. And what I absolutely love about the business is it doesn't require a lot of views. It doesn't need everybody to watch and love my content and my content to go viral. But it's also very restrictive in the type of content that I make. So I feel like next year, what I'm going to do is I want to put out again 52 videos. I'm happy to do that. I do not want to increase my production because I feel like that's going to lead to burnout unless I build a solid team around me. And speaking of a solid team, I'd like to give a big shout out to my video editor, Bruna. If you're watching this, thank you so much for all of the hard work you've put in this year. My thumbnail designer, Michael, and we've just hired a new thumbnail designer as well. So there are a lot of important hires that I'm making to make sure that whatever we post on this channel just gets better and better and better. So what you can do if you want to help is you can subscribe, you can hit that bell, you can share this with all of your friends, and like buy some of our products. Like, in if you feel like, hey, I've been watching this guy's videos the whole year, I really want to give him something. Instead of you just doing a super chat or donation, go out there and buy one of my courses or buy my setup cheat sheet. It's only like $9 or something like that. So spend that money and actually get something back for the money that you're spending. But other than that, I don't have any real complaints. Maria, my admin manager as well, she's been such a beautiful addition to the team because she has allowed me to have so much more time to edit the videos properly, to set up the videos the way I want, to script them out properly, to actually go and do my course stuff and make sure that the courses are like at their best. So, yeah, it's been a really, really good year. I've extremely enjoyed this year. And let me tell you about some of my low points of this year. Some of the things that I did not like, and some of the things that if I could, oh man, if I could go back in time, I would definitely do them differently. Number one, the update of my course. I feel like we could have handled it better. We could have been faster if I was more focused. So generally, I like to update my Google Ads course once every 6 months. But I felt like our updates were very choppy and they were very sporadic. So what I would like to do is, if I could have the year back, is I would like to have a set time and say, these are your 3 weeks. In 3 weeks, this is what you're going to do. What I would have also done this year, and what I would have done differently, is I would have launched the community completely differently. I would have launched the community on the 1st of January if I knew the community was going to be such a hit. And for those of you who don't know, we have an amazing Google Ads community. People come there and they post their progress. People come there and they join competitions to see who can get the most leads with their ads. People come there and we sit on live Q&As and we talk about business and we talk about ads and we talk about advertising and we talk about why Google is getting harder and we talk about what they need to do to fix their ads. And we've had some beautiful success stories. We've had Gia, one of my course students, just the other day, she got 40 leads in one day on a low budget with Google Ads. We've had Steph. Steph's gone from like 11 leads per month to 102 leads per month in a very short space of time with the course. And then we've had Michael, and we've had so many amazing results. So I can only say that looking at my YouTube channel, like, and I actually sat today and I just looked at the thumbnails. I looked at everything I'd done for the year. I looked at all of the collaborations I had, all of the podcast episodes with Darren Taylor and Pamela Wagner and Michelle Kopp and Omar Reyes. And I just sit back and I was like, wow, it's turning into what I wanted it to be. And yeah, so the feeling is just gratefulness, man. The feeling is just gratefulness. So if you're listening in on this, I'd like to thank you for being part of the last solo live stream. And I just want to remind you guys, I'm going to say it one more time, that we do have our Black Friday deal active right now. It's the complete Google Ads domination system. So if you are sick and tired of agencies and you just want to learn how to run your own ads properly, and you're sick and tired of all the nonsense that comes along with agencies, and you've just fed up, you've tried one, you've tried two, they've just burned through your money, and the best person to run your marketing is you, then pick this up. You are not going to find a better deal on the planet. So not only am I going to show you how to set up your ads, how to set up your landing pages, how to do your ad copy, but I'm also going to show you the common problems and how to fix it. So if your leads are too expensive, I'm going to show you how to fix it. If you're getting lots of clicks but no leads, I'm going to show you how to fix it. If you have very low quality leads, I'm going to show you how to fix it. I've already built this program and it's already been running for 3 years. So you know that you're getting something that's proven and something that we've only um, improved upon since 2021. I think we launched it in November 2021, and now it's November 2024. So we've really been grinding hard on getting the best pieces of training material to you. So that is my live stream. That is my spiel. That is everything that I wanted to tell you. So if I don't see you guys again, I want to say happy end of year. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And if you want to know where you can catch me inside the community. I'll be inside my community until about the 15th December. And then I'm going to take a little break from the 15th December till the 15th January. So I'll be taking a month off and I'll just be resetting in my mind. I've also promised myself that I'm really going to be taking time off. So no trying to finish books or do anything. I'm really just going to be a lazy couch potato as much as possible. Might even move down to Cape Town if everything goes to plan. So yeah, I'm going to cut off from Neptune Design and I'm going to have some me time just to recharge the battery. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for coming to every live stream. Thank you for listening into the live stream recordings afterwards. Thank you so much for subscribing to the podcast. If you haven't already, the podcast is down below. Links to Spotify and links to the Apple version of the podcast. And there's two. There's Ads, Excuse Me, and there's Words Up. And by the way, if you guys didn't even know that I had two separate podcasts, I also did that this year. I also launched that this year. So I'm really proud of everything that we've achieved. Um, yeah, I wanted to touch on some low points, man. I feel like I really let my community manager down. I had a fantastic community manager. Her name was Irene. I was supposed to work with her again this year, but just because of the way finances worked in the beginning of the year and the way that things were structured, I couldn't really involve her as much as I wanted to involve her. So I would absolutely love to have her back. Maybe once we get a few more community students on, that's where you guys come in. I can gladly get Irene back because Irene was a treasure for us in 2023. I also feel like I could have been a better job, could have done a better job of just being organized every single week. That's where I can say that, yeah, I could have gotten a lot more done if I was just more organized and structured with my time. And I also spent a lot of time on low income, non-income generating activities. But that's something that I'll have to reckon with. But overall, if I looked at the year, I'm happy. I'm very happy. So yeah, that's me. And I'd like to thank all of you for listening in, for watching. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.